Okay, so the election is November 3rd, and then if we wait for all the mail, and of course we got Christmas and all the cards coming through, and then I'm throwing just a crazy hypothetical, and I'm bringing in an attorney friend, Quentin Brogdon from North Texas. How you doing, Mr. Q?
Sergio, how are you?
Let's do a hypothetical. It's January 20th, 2021, and because of the snail mail or whatever other challenges out there, there is no clear electoral college champ, no electoral college victor for president. So are we looking at President Nancy Pelosi for a while?
Well, we all hope that's not going to happen.
You didn't say no. I was hoping for a no.
Majority. Our system requires there 538 electoral votes, and the winner gets 270. The 12th Amendment to the Constitution requires the House of Representatives, and Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker, to go into session immediately to vote for a president if no candidate for president receives a majority of the electoral votes, if no candidate gets to 270. But the House of Representatives is limited to choosing from among the top three candidates who got the most electoral votes. And then each state, each delegation in the House of Representatives gets one vote. So whoever gets 26 votes out of the 50 would become the president. And, since, I guess, the late 40s, the Speaker of the House becomes the acting president until either the House selects a president or the Senate selects a vice president. So that, in theory, can occur, but it's never occurred in our history so far where the Speaker of the House, in this case Nancy Pelosi, becomes president, even temporarily.
And I apologize for taking you into those very dark regions of my mind. It's probably not going to happen. It'll happen in some alternative universe out there somewhere, but it's not going to happen to us. Okay, so the U.S. House, the old U.S. House, or is it the newly elected U.S. House? Which one is it? The previous one or the one that got elected? Because those races probably still haven't been determined either. So which House is it? The previous session or the new session, if they can muster enough people for the... How's that work? Do you know?
I believe it is the existing House, not the new one that comes in, because you are doing this so that you have a president on January 20th.
Okay.
What you don't want is the seat being empty. And so you have to go with, this is going to be done, obviously, before January 20th, so that come January 20th at noon, somebody is sitting in that chair, even if only temporarily.
So you got the Democrat-controlled current House of Representatives deciding who among the candidates they want for president. Okay, so just hypothetical, just fantasy football here. And I'm sorry, it's a very dark fantasy. The Democrat-controlled House says, okay, Joe Biden, you're president. And then the Senate, they just need 26 to elect the vice president. And say, Vice President Donald Trump. So just hang on, hold on for dear life to see how long Mr. Biden can be president and the vice president takes over. Is that another crazy scenario?
Well, I mean, it's possible. We saw, who would have thought before George W. Bush ran against Al Gore in the 2000 presidential election that we would be having legal fights about hanging chads in Florida.
Right.
So it's difficult. And since Trump's become president, I mean, lots of unorthodox things, whether you are a fan of Trump or not a fan of Trump, have happened. So to exclude this as a possibility, I don't think anybody can or should do that. I think it's unlikely. The way the election is trending, it's looking like probably Joe Biden will win, but 90 days, I think we're, 90 days or so out?
That's an eternity.
That's an eternity in the election world, so who knows? And, some are saying they don't really trust the polling, so could we have a close race, close enough that neither of those candidates gets 270 electoral votes? That's certainly possible, Sergio. Let's hope we have a president one way or the other.
Yes, sir. That'd be nice. Thank you, Brother Q. That's attorney, constitutional expert, Quentin Brogdon, joining me from North Texas.